What happened?
There we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Inner Circle podcast, which is actually still alive. I'm Paulio Jr.
What's happening,
And
guys? CJ here. CJ's Info Tech now. I know it's been some changes. CJ's Info. Basically, just add the word tech to my name. So I'm happy to be back, man. It's been like, what, 20 years?
oh my God, it's been, December 11th, 2019 was when
Yeah,
we
about
made,
21 years. Yeah.
was, yeah, was
It's
when
been
we
over a
made,
year. So a year and 2 months
yeah,
almost over.
yeah.
Wow.
Who would have thought what would have happened between that time? I'm trying to adjust this fucking chair. Between that time and now.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's crazy
Unbelievable.
like how many things have changed in a year, you know?
Just from, I mean,
like
that
you, like
was
we feel
right
like a
before.
year is like so short, but like a year is like really long when you think about the amount of things that have changed.
Oh my God, yeah. I never would have thought from our last podcast till now. Like, like who would have thought, with COVID-19 and all the riots and all that bullshit from 2020.
Yeah,
Absolutely crazy.
it's wild, man. So what have you been up to after a year and 2 months?
Well, well, but I'll let the whoever's the audience know.
yeah, i
Uh,
haven't i haven't lost touch with my cousin. We've still
yeah,
kept close within that year and 2 months. It's just that we haven't done the podcast in a year and 2 months, so just want to
yeah,
clarify that.
yeah, yeah. We haven't talked since
Yeah,
December
it's been
December 11th, 2019.
we haven't talked in over 1 year.
So yeah, well, you can see. Well, we are actually at my new house,
Yeah.
in Pennsylvania. So, at the during the last shoot, during our last podcast, I was living in Lancaster,
Yeah.
and then from there, I moved back, towards Philly, and then I moved to a different area around the Philadelphia suburbs, and that's where I'm at now, and it's perfect for me because it's just me,
Right.
nobody to bother me, no roommates. I know you have like a little bit of a different
Right.
situation,
Yeah.
living situation at your place, but
Yeah. Wife, daughter, mom, two dogs,
yep,
birds, cats, frogs.
yep,
Uh,
cool.
but yeah, so I'm actually in Paul's house right now.
Yeah, you're just in the
We're
other
just in
room.
separate rooms. So I actually slept over. So just hanging out, spend some time with him. So don't always
Yeah,
get to see him
yeah,
like that.
during Valentine's Day.
Yeah. During Valentine's Day, of course. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's Valentine's Day. It's just
just
thought
another
we'd do this
day.
podcast, man. It's been over a year, man. It's crazy. I've always been asking him, we've been talking about doing it, but it's not to us. It's like not about, I feel like it's not about, oh, we need to do it like at a certain time. It's more like how we feel. And if we feel like motivated or to do it, then I think that's the right time. So if anyone's like wondering why we haven't done it in so long, I think it's just a matter of our own lives and what we've been going through in our life.
Yeah, I would, I would definitely say that most of it was my fault. No
I mean,
question.
yeah, it's not
No,
like
I
it's your
know.
fault. I mean,
No, I'm saying, but there were like we've had plenty of conversations in the past year, saying like, okay, well, like, would you want to do it again and so forth, and then I would say, well, I'm not really into it right now
right,
and
right.
whatnot. So even doing it today, I was kind of like, like half on, half off. But
I think a lot of it too is like, a lot of our podcasts that you guys have watched has been like kind of scripted in a way, not scripted, but more like we have these set topics to talk about. So that it takes time to do that versus like this is kind of like another uncut podcast that we did where we're just like, shooting the shit. We're just talking about life. And I think these go a little bit better because it's more natural. And I think the audience seems to enjoy this more.
yeah, it's definitely more candid, a more
Yeah.
candid approach. And like just before we started recording, I was looking at I'll show you this. I was comparing so anyone that's listening, I was do I still have it up? But long story short, I was comparing uh the three channels, my channel, your channel,
Oh, okay, cool.
and the Inner Circle podcast, and I was seeing I still do have it up. Like basically like we were actually doing okay.
Yeah.
Um
I mean,
so
both of our channels, our own YouTube channels, have grown, with views and subscribers.
oh
I've
yeah, exponentially too.
I've basically kind of niched down, as they call it, to be a little more specific with my channel, where I kind of was doing a lot of random how-to videos, and now I've, said to myself, like, I want to be more specific about the stuff that I talk about. So it's kind of helped my channel to grow with views and subscribers. But Paul himself with his channel is still doing different things, and it kind of says, well, if you niche down, will you grow faster versus not being so niche down like Paul? He's still growing. So is that theory true that if you niche down? So what is this that you're using?
Yeah. So
Oh,
this
Social
is
Blade,
yeah,
right?
this is
Okay,
Social Blade. So all I
cool.
did was just compare our three channels.
Oh,
So
cool.
like, obviously I started before you, so mine
Yeah,
line's
yeah,
higher. Yours is the blue. You had a nice increase here.
yeah. I'm trying to figure out what that was. Like, why the
January,
20?
January, January 2020, you went up quite a bit.
Huh. Now, is
So
this under views or subscribers? This is
so
subscribers,
this
right?
is this is subscribers.
So I'm trying to figure out why was that when I started to niche down. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
What did you start niching down like about a year ago,
um,
roughly?
when was this? Is January of this
2020?
year?
No,
Of
no, Jan.
last year?
Yeah, yeah. So you look at
No,
yeah,
I think I don't know. I can't remember.
but yeah, you had a nice jump there.
Yeah, I don't know
If you
what
can
that
see
was about.
that, yeah.
Honestly, I
Um,
don't know. I know I got monetized in uh February. It took me less than a year, so it was like February 8th of
okay,
2020.
yeah.
So go back to that real quick.
Hold on.
I just want to see that last page that you just had up. It's like the grades. They give you like a grade. I think it's funny. Like you got an F.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It's like
So we both
I
have
got a
a B
oh wow.
minus.
Oh cool. So I was
So,
actually at a C plus
mm,
and I was either C minus or C plus. And now go back up. So the podcast is a C minus
yeah,
and Paul and I are both at a B minus.
yeah,
And so Paul's education, I'm how to, which Paul is basically how to as well.
yeah. I know. Well, it's
And
what I,
we're
yeah.
somehow we're under games.
But
We
I
put it
have,
under games.
yeah. I just put it, yeah. Like initially, when I initially made my channel, I don't think how to was even an option.
No,
No, when it like
maybe
when
that's a new one.
I mean maybe newer,
Yeah,
yeah, but
I mean, because it's
initially,
kind of like, what do you draw the line? Like, basically, does someone say education is like, oh, it's like schooling category, or is it like, we're both doing how-to videos, but mine is how-to YouTube, yours is how-to more hands-on kind of stuff.
yeah,
So are they both considered educational? I would say so, but they're on a different level, like of education. It's more like a showing you monkey see, monkey do. I show you how to do something, you can do this too.
yeah, you go. um, no, there was something from The Office. He's like,
Oh.
monkey see, monkey do, monkey goes like pee pee all over you, or something stupid like
Oh,
that.
okay.
This this is definitely not weird. It's just that we haven't done this in so long. We haven't done this in a fucking long time, man.
Yeah,
I'm used to like if I make a video, I never plan to make a video.
right.
It's just like out of nowhere. It's something that like I just figured out or something that worked, something that I
Right.
was having a problem with, and thought it could be beneficial to other people, and
So,
and that was it.
so what would you call the podcast if you were to categorize it now? Like, what category would you select?
Our podcast,
Yeah,
the Inner Circle podcast.
the unknown, like, You
Oh
know,
my God. It's really like anything
the
goes.
office times two.
I
Like,
don't, yeah, I don't even know what. So for instance, like,
I don't know if it's like people and blogs or something like that. I
yeah,
think it's an option. People and blogs for the
yeah,
category. Thinking
yeah,
of the YouTube categories they offer.
yeah, maybe something like that. But well, and as you can see from my December 2019 um, New Year's resolution, I
Oh
did not quit.
yeah, smoking. Yeah, I remember you
Yeah,
said you were gonna. That's what you wanted to do. And what's funny is that I basically said I wanted to lose weight, and so I went and did the keto diet in 2019, 2020,
yeah,
January. I did it. I did it till like April. Lost. I was like 160 something. I went down to like 135.
yeah,
Then this year, so I basically got off that, lost weight. I did my resolution, but then I gained all this weight back. In fact, I went back to more than 160. I was like almost pushing 170, dude.
yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And then I was like, I want to do keto again because I feel like it's the easiest way to lose weight for me,
Hmm.
even though I can exercise and all that. But so I did that, and now I'm down to I think I'm at like 158 or something like that right now.
You
Could be a
still have
little
like
less.
that. You still have that app that
Yeah,
shows
my
you.
Fitness Pal app is pretty
Yeah,
cool. It tells you like I just enter my weight and my scale. I used to enter in the calories and all the carbs, but now I just enter in. I take a picture of my weight on the scale and
yeah,
I enter in um my weight, and then I just upload it. So
yeah.
you see like the graph. I don't know if I could just
It's,
show it on the screen real quick. It might not show, but we'll
yeah.
see.
Well, I'm glad we did the pot. So like you can see on the, you can't really tell from your background.
So I push
I
that in. It might not come up,
let me
but
see.
kind of see it there.
Okay. Uh, okay. Yeah. So that's that looks okay.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little hard to see, but anyway, you could see like how the line went down.
Right.
I
Right.
was
Right.
165 when I started. Uh, you know,
Yeah.
in January last year, it went down to 135, and now I started at 165. So I
Yeah.
actually gained because they say this like if you get off of keto diet, oh, getting blurry. So you get off of keto diet and then you go back to normal life, like normal whatever you do,
Yeah.
eating. Let me see if I can fix this. So basically, what they're saying is that
You want me to pause it and you can adjust it
no, it's all right. I got
There you go.
some like
Okay.
weird trick. Like you put your finger or something like
Right.
there,
Right. Yeah.
and then you pull back. It like adjusts the camera.
Yeah.
For those that want to know how to fix your webcams,
There you
it
go.
gets blurry.
New
Anyway,
video.
so they say like you gain more weight back by getting off keto than going to normal, right? So I only gained not I did gain all the weight back, but I actually gained 5 more on top of what I was.
Okay.
So not only did I gain my weight back, I gained an additional 5 pounds. I was 165 when I started keto again the year later this
Right,
year.
right, right. I got you. Yeah, when you were telling me you were starting to do keto in the whatever it was, the beginning ish of
Right.
2020,
Yeah.
I was actually at that time, after we stopped doing the podcast, I was almost 200 pounds.
Oh wow.
I'm
Hey,
like
you look good right now, dude. Like you
barely
look great.
5'10". Yeah, but I looked way
Blown up,
better in the
right?
summer. I looked way better
Yeah.
because I mean, the biggest things I did was, so I went from 200 to 160.
Wow. That's 40
But
pounds. Yeah.
yeah, so I told you, but it wasn't no carb, no sugar.
Yeah.
It,
You were doing low carb.
yeah, the only sugar I had was from fruit.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was it. That was the only sugar I had during the day. And
Then you
then
got into that accident, right?
yeah, well, I was playing basketball
Right.
every day, but they were, during COVID, they started taking down the nets everywhere, and
It's so wild.
I was going to all these courts, like I was traveling around Philadelphia, going to different courts, and
I remember that.
every like 90% of the courts I went to, all the rims were taken down. I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then finally, like I found one, like they reopened some, and then so I started playing every day. every day for like minimum 2 hours, but I play like 2 to 5 hours every day.
Hmm.
And so obviously that helped too. And then so I dropped down to 160, and then
That's a good weight.
yeah, and then I got into so that 160 is like what you would call like my fighting weight.
Yeah, that's a good weight.
That's
Yeah.
my ideal fighting weight for like, I'm like 5'9", 5'10"-ish, something
Right.
like that. But yeah, so in August, yeah, I got into a really bad car accident. I'm gonna see if I can actually pull up some of those pictures.
Yeah,
But
if you want
yeah,
to, that's up to you. You don't want to.
so
You don't want to share it.
I can't get like too into detail about
Yeah.
it.
Right. Because of what happened.
Yeah.
So.
So I mean, I can show you pictures. The long story short was that I got T-boned.
Yeah, I remember,
Uh,
dude.
yeah,
I remember.
I got T-boned. That's the long story short. Like I said, I can't really go into detail about it.
Right.
Until everything's done and so
Yeah.
forth. So
It's just he's
um,
saying this for everyone's for his own reasons. I know about it, but he can't, publicly disclose it to everybody for his, you know, for the case basically. So
so we just gotta see how that's all gonna play out
right.
and so forth. So I'm looking for
All I know is
uh
I'm happy you're alive, Paul. You're happy. I'm
yeah,
happy that you're alive and you're speaking to me right now, brother. That's all I care about. You know,
yeah, me too.
at the end of the
So
day, regardless of anything, I'm just happy to talk to you and,
yeah, man, I got lucky. I got really so I ended up, and I told you this, but um I had 4 broken ribs. My lung collapsed. Luckily, I didn't have to get a tube put in my lung,
yeah.
and so I chipped 2 of my fillings got knocked out from the impact.
Damn.
I chipped the tooth up here,
Now, was that
and
from hitting the airbag?
it was just from getting. It's possible it was the
Like a
airbag.
mixture of both,
I
like
don't
the
know.
car and the airbag?
Yeah, I don't know exactly. Yeah,
I've
but
never had an airbag deploy on me ever while I was
they're the
driving.
worst. I mean, no. Let me rephrase that. It's better than nothing.
Yeah. I heard it feels like a punch, or like someone punches you in the face, or like a
Oh my
slap,
God, yeah, yeah.
like a bad
That's
slap.
yeah. It's basically like getting punched. So
Yeah.
here's if I pull that up. So
Oh
that was
God.
me when I
Yeah.
first got in.
I
Like
remember. Yeah.
what else we got here? Let's see.
And, I mean, honestly, like you really don't look bad there, but that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
dude.
Well,
Like,
that doesn't show obviously
yeah, it's like
my
you look okay. Like you have a little scratch in your
yeah.
face, but
Yeah,
like
but
internally, you're not okay.
yeah,
You know,
my spleen was bleeding.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
yeah, so I had internal bleeding,
Right.
4 broken ribs, lung collapsed.
Wow.
Went to
Jesus Christ, dude.
that. It's so
Dude, you
crazy.
could have been dead.
I know.
Like that
It was
looks
on the driver's side.
like looking at the picture alone, like it looks like the person inside died. Like I see blood
Oh yeah, yeah.
on the airbags. So your side airbags deployed, but not the main, not the front.
Correct, because I didn't get hit in the
Huh.
front.
That's so wild. Like, why
Yeah.
wouldn't I understand it's not because you didn't get hit in the front, but wouldn't you think
Yeah.
that for
Nope.
safety reasons that all the airbags would deploy?
I don't know. But
Maybe it's
that's
just
how, yeah, that's it though. But
because I think of
just
it like this: if they're doing it for money reasons, right? Because an airbag costs money to fix and replace, right? So if the car is still salvageable, which it's not, right? It's not salvageable.
yeah.
Basically, it was totaled. So
Yeah.
anyway, the thing is that let's say that because so the front airbag did not deploy. What if by not deploying you died? Like what if it if deploying by deploying it actually saved your life, but it didn't. So let's just say you did die, and what if you died because that front airbag didn't deploy? You just know what I'm saying? Like why wouldn't they allow it to deploy just because they want to save money because you weren't hit in the front? Like I
No,
think they
I
should
think
all
it's just
fucking deploy.
I think it was just how this it's just how the sensors work.
Yeah.
So I don't
I mean,
know
who
if
knows? Maybe you could have it could have hurt you more by deploying. I don't know. But I think personally that that front airbag and the other airbag should deploy for your own like safety.
Yeah, there has to be something
There's
to it.
something behind that.
Like maybe it's like how you would get hit. So it was a direct T-bone. It was a
Yeah.
straight as
Yeah, you could see that.
it was a perfect T-bone.
Yeah.
So if it's hitting me directly there, say like the airbag hits me like that, and then the other one, like I think you would get thrown around a lot more. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe there's some theory or scientific whatever, like, through studies that they found that if you get hit on the side like that, that the front
That's
airbag deploying is not going to help you in any manner or something of the sort.
yeah. I
It
think
might even hurt you. It might actually cause more harm because
yeah,
now you just have like two balloons smashing you in the like a hamburger,
yeah, yeah.
in a way.
I just I just had something randomly print from my printer. I think I don't
It's the
know.
CIA.
This is
So
so weird. It just
uh,
randomly. I looked over. I'm like, why the hell is that over there?
that's funny.
But um, but yeah. So at least, well, you've been in the same place. So since our last podcast, I've moved twice.
Yeah, I haven't
So
moved. I'm still at my house. Been
yeah.
there for what, 3 years? Going on 4 years this year, I believe.
When did you
Yeah,
move in there?
2018, 19,
2018.
20, 21. So yeah, we're going on 3 years. Going on 3 years this year, October of 2018.
Okay, got you, got you.
So
Well,
yeah,
I know that. I mean, like obviously you obviously you love your family and all
yeah,
that good
yeah, for
stuff
sure.
here,
Yeah.
but like I'm sure it is nice, whatever whenever you can get a chance, where you can whatever we can chill here,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's just like there's no fucking noise, there's
Right.
no
It's yeah, just
there's
us.
there's no animals, no kids, no
It's just
nothing.
unreal, like when you go from an environment like that, from a family environment to just like almost like not it's a business, but like a one-on-one kind of thing,
Yeah,
where it's just you and I. The difference that I have, to deal with or experience, not that I have to deal with it, meaning it's my family, it's my life. So going from one experience of that sort to coming to your place to just being you and I,
yeah,
and it's
for
like
sure.
it's no interruptions like you said, and it's like it's just so different. It's so weird in a way. It's like I don't have enough of that, I would say.
Yeah, the biggest thing, because before I lived here, I did have a couple of roommates, and they were fine. I didn't have any
Right.
problems with them, but when I finally moved here and it was just me, like it's just this like, and mostly all the time, it's just like a constant, like just constant peace all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very rare if there's any interruption in that.
Yeah,
But
I don't get peace in my life.
yeah,
It's
right,
hard
like
for me to get peace.
yeah, and that's
It's
where
not now that's not saying that I can't have peace, meaning like I can choose
yeah,
to
yeah, I
to
got you.
be different and do my own thing, but I chose to have a family, have a wife, have a daughter, have two dogs, and live with my mom. My mom lives with me, so it's like I have accepted and chose this lifestyle.
Have a wife, have a kids.
Hide your
Have
kids, hide your wife.
a kid, have a
So
wife.
um ain't got time for that. So but anyway, we're looking to hopefully move to Florida. I'm just waiting for my job to offer me a position down in Florida. So it's not that I can't get it, it's just a matter of when this would happen. So
Yeah,
as of right now, yeah, I'm still living in Philly. Um, I have no other reasons to move. We're trying to get closer to my wife's side, with the daughters, my nieces, basically her nieces.
right, right, right.
Uh, so our daughter can be close with my wife's nieces, so our nieces to grow up
Yeah,
together, and I think that's a good thing for them to be able to grow up, four girls to grow up together.
right.
Um, and they're all close in age, so that's
Gotcha.
really why we want to go to Florida. It's not like, oh, we just want to go to Florida. It's not about that. I would be happy living in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Uh, so
Well,
maybe
I'll
not Philly per se. I'm tired of living in Philly.
no,
You
no, I
know,
got you. I got you. And I'll ask you the same question, but like as far like so I was trying to think of like what is the biggest difference, from the last time that we recorded a podcast, December 11th, 2019, until now, February 14th, 2021, which seems so fucking odd to say 2021.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
I remember like when it
It's
was like,
like we're in the 20 what do you call that? The not centuries, the 20 like
well, we're in the, yeah, I mean,
20 what's that for 10 you call it? You have
what, the a
century.
decade?
Yeah, the
What?
decades. We're in the 20 decades, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, because you would say before, you would say, "Oh, this happened in the 20s,"
Right.
and you can't say
Yeah,
that.
you
You're
can't
like,
say like not 1920s.
yeah,
We're talking about 2020.
right, right.
I always
So
find that funny, like that, like you're saying that we're talking the 2000s, and you're not like, oh, back in the 80s. No, like we were born in the 80s, but you can't. Was it 2080 or are you talking about
yeah,
1980 or 1880? Like, what are you talking about?
I
You know?
think there's only like 10 people on the earth, I believe, 10 roughly, um that are still alive that were born in the 1800s.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
really?
So they would
That's
be,
crazy.
well, they would be 121 if they were
That's
born in
nuts.
1891. So
Yeah, I never thought about that.
maybe 10 people, something like that,
Wow.
if that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you're saying like the biggest difference
Yeah.
from then until now.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
obviously it was the COVID,
yeah. I mean,
s-
you mean like our personal lives, or you mean like in general everything?
yeah, I mean,
I mean,
either or. Like for me, since the last time so for whatever reason, I told you I was listening to like our old podcasts
yeah,
on Spotify, which is cool because they're all still available.
yeah. We're
Yeah.
always on those audio platforms, guys. If you still want to go back and listen, we're still on the audio platforms.
And the craziest thing is that we've gotten way more views through people,
Spotify,
well, just through people listening through podcasts
right,
in
right.
general than on YouTube.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
like 10
I
times over.
Well, I think YouTube is, it's more like a video level thing, and it's not that people don't want to watch us, but it's easier to hear on the go than it is to sit there and watch. Like,
Yeah, for
not that you
sure.
can't watch it on the go, but people are like, because of the way YouTube is, where if you don't have premium, you can't close your app out or use other apps. So you're forced to watch the video without premium. And I think that's really why people prefer to hear audio through the audio, the podcast through audio
Oh yeah.
versus YouTube, because if they don't
Driving
have,
too, yeah.
if yeah, you're driving and you don't have premium, YouTube forces you to watch the app has to be open.
Yeah.
So for those that don't,
YouTube Vanced.
yeah, yeah,
Excuse me. YouTube
right,
Vanced.
YouTube Advanced. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's a program that you can watch
No, it's
YouTube,
not.
or what you that you can
Okay, kick our video off.
have YouTube open at the same time, whatever. But it's like,
Yeah.
so that's kind of it. I think that's the reason why, is that podcasts are listen on the go. They can close their phone and not worry about anything and still hear it while they're driving. I think a lot of people like to hear it traveling.
Yeah, I
podcast
do. I always
podcasts
do.
in general,
Yeah. Well,
like long
even
distance driving or
yeah.
whatever it is. I think that's the case.
Yeah. Even when I worked a 9 to 5, when I used to work a 9 to 5 job, I would have my headset in like one ear and I'd be
Yeah,
listening to a podcast while I was working
right, right.
and so forth. And yeah, dude, it's been weird, man. A lot, like the last time that we recorded, I did not think, and obviously in retrospect, you would never, like, right now I have no idea where I'm going to be in a year. But at that time, I did not know where I was going to be in a year.
Yeah.
So I
I don't
think
think and nobody knows, honestly. We could say that we know, but I think
yeah, yeah, you can have
in
a,
in
yeah,
general, I don't think
yeah,
like what's gonna happen. Like, you got an accident, COVID happened. We didn't know about this. Like, we didn't know about the unknowns, and we were like, oh yeah, we'll be doing this a year. Like, really? Like, how do you know that?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. The second to, I think it was the second to last podcast that we did. I believed I talked about how like I had just broken up with my ex-girlfriend at that
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
And then, so from that time until now, like I met someone, went out with them for I think it was 8 months, nine
Okay.
months,
Yeah.
and then, broke up with them. Um, I finally moved, into my own place. Um, and I know this hasn't been the case for a lot of people, but I do know a handful of people where actually 2020 was very good to me as
Yeah.
far like financially,
Yeah. Me too.
financially good to me. Just even just growing as an individual was really beneficial. I actually, since I've moved into my own place, I've gotten back into working on more DIY projects. Like for instance, I'm going to turn the camera here. If you can see back there, I bought this. I made a video, but I have those little solar panels
Yeah. It's
that
cool.
will be in the window, and they're, I have the battery back there.
It's cool.
Yeah, so just getting into, I'm very fortunate where I don't have a ton of obligations. So
Right.
like, because I remember that feeling of like waking up every day, and like even if I didn't have work that day, I felt like I had to wake up and start moving
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
right away. And I
Right. You don't
had
have
that.
that. You don't have it
I
anymore.
don't have that anymore, but
Yeah.
I had it for a while.
Yeah.
Even after I stopped working a 9 to 5 job, I still had that. I would still wake up and I would think I would have to do all of these things. And I'm like, what am
Hmm.
I doing? And so luckily for me, now I wake up and like I'm not, the only thing I'm doing is going to turn on the coffee pot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
it. And it's like, like the whole
Sounds like an
fucking
awesome
world.
life to me.
It's fucking awesome. And I
Yeah.
told you, like, I've told you this before, but like for me personally, like I do a lot better. So I do a lot better when I live by myself
Yeah.
and maybe like one other person. But that one other person would have to be someone I am very comfortable with.
Yeah.
So like for instance, like you, like if there's an extra, I'm just saying, like if there was something happened, you needed to stay somewhere, like I wouldn't bat. I'd be like, yeah, you can stay here, of course, as
Yeah.
long
Yeah.
as long as you want. And
Right.
I have, a hand less than less than a handful of people that I would ever consider just being like, yeah, just chill, do whatever you want,
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's, it's an awesome feeling when I guess, when you're by yourself, like you don't have any external forces, I guess you want to call them forces, pressures that
yeah,
are holding you down or coming at you in all different directions. Like I have a family, so I have my daughter, I have all these things, right? So it's like all these forces of human beings and distractions and life that are coming at you.
of course.
So then you're never really able to have that peace of mind as we talked about, right? So it's like, where do I find that peace? And for me, unfortunately, it's when my family's sleeping.
Yeah, no,
When
I
my
gotcha.
family's sleeping, that's the only peace I can, make a video on YouTube or just relax. Not that I don't love my family and that I
No,
don't
I know, I get you.
find peace in my family, but I'm in the same boat where sometimes it's better to be alone, to have your own alone time to kind of like collect your thoughts and to just be like, there's nothing, meaning it's just your own mind. Like you're almost like doing what is that, like yoga, like some kind of zen, like wusa, you know,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
yourself, like where
yeah.
your own peace and sanity to your own mind, by having no external forces. I'm calling them like,
Whatever.
distractions,
Yeah,
whatever you want to call them.
yeah. Things that
Phone
pull.
calls or family pull you away.
Yeah, things that pull you away from
You're
from the present moment, from
right.
whatever
You're
you're
from your
doing.
own
So
self
yeah,
awareness, your own self conscious. But yeah, for me, it's been like, I started a new job. I think I said I was getting a new job in that podcast, the last one, and I'm still with that company.
You don't have to
Basically,
say it. Okay. I was gonna
yeah,
say,
we
don't
work. We
say who.
work. Well, we work for Wawa, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do the IT work. But anyway, that's still with the same company, doing good. Been there for over a year now, and I love the job. It's the first job I can actually say that I found peace with, meaning I'm not under any kind of pressure. I do have pressures, but I do my job. They know I do my job, and that's all that matters. So it's like I don't. I feel pretty comfortable there, and I'm really happy I found this job. And what's weird is that I found it just by having a conversation with someone. And one thing I always like, and to me, it's like when you have a job, it's a lot of people are just want a job that they think that it's for money or it's someone. So it's actually, it was weird. Like I went to the store up the street and I overheard the girl say, she was talking to someone. So it wasn't like I was eavesdropping. It was just, I heard it, right?
yeah.
So she's like, I want to make the most money like ever or something like that. And
Okay.
something like that, like either with a job or just make the most money. Like, and then I was like thinking about that. And I said to her, and normally I don't say things to people, but because I feel like that's their own place. Like if you have an opinion about something,
Yeah.
that's your own opinion. But I just was thinking about something. And for me, that kind of put me in the mindset that she is putting money first above everything, right?
Right.
And my thing is like, I try to put money first. Like, money will always be there. There's always a way to make money. We all need money, but we don't have to have, like, money doesn't have to be first. And I think if you flip it around, and I was like, try to live the best life that you can live, and the money part will come along with that, but try to live the best life. Don't live for the money, meaning you want to make the most money, you want to have the most money. Like, you live the best life that you can live, and that would be like your happiness, versus basically don't put all your happiness in the money. That's kind of what I'm trying to say, right?
No, money is secondary.
Yeah, like you can have all the money in the world,
And
and
be a
as they
miserable
say,
fuck.
right, it's not, is it really going to make you happy? Like, let's say you have no debts, you're sitting on $1 million. Is that $1 million going to make you happy? And the answer is probably going to be no. I just don't think that, like, her mindset. So I was like, think of it like, try to live the best life you can, whatever you want to do in life. You know what I mean? Regardless of how much it is or how much you want to make,
Mm,
live the best life that you want to live. And this way you can say, I've lived a good life when it's time for us to pass or whatever, you know. And that's how I feel. Like, that's how I try to be. Because money will always come. I'm not worried about money. And like you said, 2020, as sad as it is with what happened in the world, 2020 was the best time financially for both of you and I, my family.
yeah.
My wife and I were both working. Fortunately, we're essential employees. We also received stimulus money, and we didn't need it, but it was helpful. So I just think I try not to put money first. That's all I'm really saying. And I said it to her, like, live the best life you could live.
Yeah. And that's, so like a lot of people aren't really like open to that,
Right? Yeah.
and they hear it and it's like a lot of it sounds like a cliche, that kind of thing. And that's what I always used to
Yeah.
think too. And I still can be, but like I was always very like skeptical of things, not I didn't trust a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, she
And
she she was like, "Thank you." Like, she actually appreciated my input.
yeah,
So I was happy about that. I mean, whether I wasn't trying to change her, I was just trying to, like,
yeah,
try to give her a different perspective of life.
yeah,
Because even my own daughter, Carly,
yeah,
always wants me to buy like V-Bucks. So it's like she's always like trying to find ways to make money.
right,
And
right,
I'm even trying to teach my own daughter to, like, be happy with what she has, right?
yeah,
Try not to be so more and more and more. We want more and more and more. Can we be happy with what we have? You know,
yeah. Well, the best thing, would be, and a lot of people have this, is to either, um, you know, you're you actually enjoy what you're doing, or what to make, you're actually enjoying what you're doing to make money,
Right.
or
Yeah, like your passion.
yeah, yeah. So it's either your passion or you're kind of making it rather effortlessly. So it's not this like constant struggle where it's like you're just waiting for this paycheck every Friday and that kind
Right.
of thing. So, um, and that's where, like I said, like luckily I've been especially 2020, been very fortunate, and going into this year,
Yeah.
very fortunate with being, financially okay, better than I have been with actually previous years
Yeah, me too, man.
compared.
2020 was awesome financially. For a
Yeah,
lot of people, it was, and a lot of people, it wasn't. They lost their jobs because their jobs weren't needed anymore, or they couldn't afford these people, and it's sad. Um,
yeah. Well, the thing that a lot of people fail to realize is that, like, so there, unfortunately, and I guess I did kind of have this mindset too, was that, so when certain things start to happen, they start to blame, oh, it's the economy,
yeah,
it's
society and
it's
everything.
X, it's Y, it's
Yeah,
Z. It's just because of this that I can't make money. It's because of this I can't, but like no matter what economy we have, what circumstances we're dealing with, there's always potential, or there's always some sort of opportunity to make it work,
yeah. I
if
mean,
not more.
even you alone, you're always telling me away. Like you're a good example of that. Like I'm always hearing from you, like these ways to make money, and it's like I have a full-time job, but like even Paul alone is like, you can do this, you can do that. Like, and it's just like for fun and like to help each other out. But it's like,
Yeah,
so Paul's a good example of how if you have an open mind, you can potentially always make money. But I think when people have a closed mind, that they feel that, okay, this one thing that I had was going good and now I've lost it. I've lost everything. Well, have you? Have you lost everything? And I think you've lost everything in your mind, but you haven't lost everything. If you open your mind, you have more opportunities to make money other ways. It's just that you've closed your mind to this one thing. Like you put all your eggs in one basket.
yeah. Well, here's the thing: is that it's very easy to lose money, but it's also very easy to make money as well.
Yeah.
So you have to meet. Now I'm pulling up this screen because this is something that Chris and I have been talking about a lot, at least this past week or
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Let me pull this up here. All right. Now I've actually been doing a live stream of this because now I am not going to say in any way, shape, or form that um, that I could explain this in like layman's terms at all.
Yeah.
I have the concept in my head, but it's
What is this?
very
The Matrix?
yeah,
No.
it's very hard to articulate though.
It's the Matrix.
So what I have pulled up here um, are basically like the top cryptocurrencies out there. And this was something, I'm sure everyone's heard about Bitcoin. I think I heard about it probably over 10 years ago.
I've heard of
And
Bitcoin and never heard of these other ones
oh,
at
there's
all.
so many now.
The only one I heard of is Doge because of you, but I haven't heard any of these other ones on my own except Bitcoin.
Yeah. And
I
here's
just
the,
did not
yeah,
know there was all these cryptocurrencies out there.
yeah. So the cool thing, so I've always been a big, since I had found Robinhood, I think my dad actually showed me Robinhood, I
Yeah,
think. Um,
and you showed it to me.
yeah, is that, obviously one, when you sign up, you get a free stock, but there's no charge. There aren't any charges,
Right.
and you can buy fractional shares.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Um,
Fractional shares.
and but the craziest thing is it's also a cryptocurrency wallet as well. So, and you can buy these and cryptos they run 24/7. It's not like the stock market
Yeah.
where, whatever, it's Monday through Friday, closed on holidays, that kind of stuff. No, Bitcoin is not being, is not held down to the rules of the regular stock market.
Yeah.
So, it is bizarre to think that something that you can't actually physically hold is worth anything,
Right.
but there's a lot of stuff like that as well.
And we kind of
So
talked about like, what are the reasons why these cryptocurrencies versus stocks go up and down, like meaning what determines it. And I think we kind of agreed is like because more people that put money into it will increase it, and then people that are pulling money out of it are making it go down, right?
yeah,
To a
yeah.
certain extent.
Oh, look, there's one Tron. It is 5 cents.
Okay.
Pretty much the same price as
Right.
Dogecoin. So okay, here's the way that the simplest way I look at these is it's like basically, so we would look at it kind of like virtual gold, right?
Yeah.
So gold is so gold, there is a finite amount of gold on the planet.
Right.
Obviously there is still some to be found,
Yeah.
right? And for whatever reason, we've decided that as just as a human,
Race.
as far as the human race goes, we've decided that gold has a certain monetary amount to it,
Right.
that we could trade with, or that it's worth this amount, you know. But all we did was just find it, you know.
Yeah.
That was it.
And then we're like, it's worth this much. We
Yeah,
just said like it's worth this much.
right. And so, but we could have said that about anything. It didn't have to be gold. It
Right.
could have been, like, I don't know, any kind of rock
Like a
or
rock.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it was. I
This
mean,
rock
because
is worth $100.
right. So
You
this
know.
is essentially the same concept.
Right.
We just these things, even though they don't physically exist, but it's something that says, you know what? Let's get, let's get this just as if we were to get gold, and people are going to want this
Right.
sort of thing, or people will exchange this for services or
Right.
for, actual whatever currency, whatever it is.
So I
So
could go to like my Walmart and buy like food or anything with
event
my Bitcoin money is basically what you mean.
eventually, so there
Oh,
are companies that do take cryptocurrencies, more specifically Bitcoin. But
yeah.
so, and recently Elon Musk announced that Tesla would start accepting Bitcoin to buy their cars,
Oh, wow. That's funny.
which is crazy. And
Yeah.
then I showed you this earlier, Chris, but
Because
here's
Elon Musk has dumped a lot of money into Bitcoin, right?
yeah,
And
and Dogecoin.
Dogecoin.
He's dumped a lot into Bitcoin and a lot into Dogecoin. Now, Dogecoin was actually made as a joke.
Right.
It was like just something for like these two guys to like, just to mess around with and
Right.
share with
Right.
each other and that kind of thing. Um, so right now it's like the 11th, right now it's the 11th most popular
Right.
cryptocurrency, but I've seen it fluctuate to like the top five.
Oh, okay.
So it just depends on the day. But yeah, Elon Musk made a Super Bowl commercial about about Dogecoin,
Dogecoin. Yeah.
and that's something that I would get into right away
Yeah.
because it's so damn cheap. I mean, you put $10 in and you have uh, an enormous amount of shares.
Hmm.
Um, Now the one, uh, you still see my screen?
Yeah. Yeah. Pi.
Okay. So this is something, and I'll put both of our referral links in here,
Okay.
or whoever's doing it.
Yeah.
It's called the Pi Network, PI
Right.
Network, and essentially this is a will be. I would watch this video, but it will be. Let's see. Ah, shit. I'm gonna have
I
to.
wouldn't play it. Forget about playing it.
Why?
Just with YouTube and everything,
Oh, I don't think it would
you know,
be. I don't think it would be.
how they go
Yeah.
peeling it and all that
Well,
kind of stuff.
I have it. I have like the volume disabled. I just want to
Okay.
see if it actually comes up here.
Yeah.
But I don't. Can you hear it or no?
No.
Okay. So, um, as long as you're like talking through it and
Yeah.
so forth. All right. So hold on. Let me.
So it's like Pi 3.14, but this is Pi They're just calling it like the symbol pi. That is the real symbol for pi, 3.14 mathematically, but this is
Right.
another crypto, could be cryptocurrency. It's not a crypto right now.
Correct. All right. So let me share it with the sound, and let me take it off of HD. Let me just I'll put it at 360. And I'll play this for the
Future
viewer.
money is
Just
evolving.
lower it a little bit, lower it down
Lower
a
it?
little bit.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's just really low.
All right.
And no one
How's that?
wants to be left behind.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Mining
So-
Bitcoin is time and energy intensive.
So
requires
what the
extensive
idea of this is that
resources.
something about like having to mine it, that we have to try to find it, like you're saying, trying to find gold, but we're trying to
You trying
mine
to find
it, trying
more
to
of these, yeah.
more of pi.
So they've made it easy with an app to do this.
and
Right.
advanced technical knowledge.
Okay, come on.
So we're not
Introducing pi,
physically going out
First
to the
and only
world
digital currency you can
to
mine on
mine
your
it. We're just
That's big.
So
having our
okay,
computers or phones do the mining.
yeah. So it's the only
On your
one.
phone. That's big.
Yeah, it's the
This
only
novel
it's the
approach
only
developed
digital currency that you can actually mine
by
with an
Stanford
app.
PhDs.
Oh, okay.
Mine cryptocurrency on your phone
Yep.
by leveraging your existing social connections with no cost and no battery drain.
And the more people you
Have a
have,
phone? You've got Pi. It's time to join the
the
revolution.
Apple
more
Pie?
yeah,
No.
the more you, so the more
Download
people
the
you
Pi today for
invite
iPhone
or
Android and get your piece of the pie.
you join, and the more pie that you make. So right now,
Get your piece of the pie. That was pretty good.
yeah.
I like that.
So we'll put both of our referral links in the description. But anyway, what they're doing essentially, this is not actually like on. I don't think it's on that website.
You have to be
Like-
referred by someone who's doing it.
Right. So you can't just sign up for this. You can't
Yeah,
just. You
so
have to get someone's referral link to sign
Paul
up
referred
for it.
me. I could refer someone else, but I couldn't get in unless someone referred me, basically.
Correct. That's
And the
it.
reason is because
Well, they're trying to make it like it's kind of like a first come first serve. They want like how it even says like the pioneers, like the
Yeah.
people that got into it in the beginning to
Beginning, right.
have a better once
representation.
I mean, yeah. See, it's not even P chain. No.
It's kind of like, I talked about it earlier with you, is the fact that it's
Or is
almost
this
like
it?
you're getting so many signatures on a document to show that these many people are interested in creating this, if
Yeah.
you're coming up with a new law or rule or like idea that we want to create something, but okay, here are all my people that signed up. They're willing to, agree and start this, and they've been doing this for X amount of time on their own. Now let's make this something legit.
Okay. So actually, I didn't know this.
What's that?
It is actually worth money.
Oh, wow.
Obviously not a lot. See, I mean, if you
Yeah.
see it, I forget what that comes out to because that's like, but what I mean, it's a fraction of a
Okay.
cent.
Okay.
So if it was 0.01, it'd be a penny.
Right.
But holy shit, it is actually like an official.
Currency?
It's an official cryptocurrency.
Huh.
So right now, no, it's not worth much at all.
Yeah.
But this is how Bitcoin started out.
Okay.
And Pi is letting you letting you mine this for free. You don't
Right.
have to trade it or anything like that. You can. So you could buy some on this crypto. Wow. If you had Crypto Watch, you could actually buy it. But what's the point if they're letting you mine it for free?
You're saying it's showing up like Robinhood, but it's not on Robinhood. You're saying it's showing up on
it's definitely
whatever?
not on Robinhood. Yeah, showing up on crypto. So Crypto Watch seems to be one
Okay.
of the top. Yeah.
So is it actually out there
Wow.
to buy like
Yes,
Bitcoin right now?
yes,
So
yes,
so it
yeah.
already is established.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I did not know that.
Huh. And what is
So-
its rate? What's the rate at?
So that would be 1 cent if that was 0.01.
Is that what it says? Can you share the screen?
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're not sharing the screen.
Okay, hold on.
That's why I was like, what? Not that I didn't know what you're talking about,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't. We can't see what you're
Let me
talking
see
about.
here. Okay, let me get back in here. Okay, let me share the screen.
I really like Robinhood. I wish it was on Robinhood though. Honestly.
Yeah, no, it's fine because we don't have to buy it.
Right, because we're mining it.
Yeah. So here,
So
this is
point zero 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 zero. I don't even know what that is. Like,
I forget what that. I don't even
in
know.
value.
So, but it does have value.
Right.
So,
now I wonder if that's the people that are mining it, making it go up like that. Like that we're mining it and it's going up because of that.
It has to be because it's basically saying that like more people.
But you're saying
are after it.
But through Crypto Watch, can you make a deposit? Can you put down on it?
Through Crypto Watch, look,
Buy. So if you hit buy, what happens?
Ah! Well,
so create an account.
Yeah.
So okay.
So or you could transfer from your Pi account. You could transfer it to this wallet.
So we're mining it. Well, I thought we were mining because we were trying to help make it something, legit, but it's already legit.
Yeah,
so,
I didn't think it was actually like on like technically anything.
So now that it is legit and we're still mining it, what does that mean? Anything different?
It means that we are mining it for free.
Okay.
And then once they hit a certain amount of members,
right.
So I don't know if they're going to stop you from mining.
Okay.
But I know at a certain amount of members, they're not going to allow anybody else to sign up.
Okay.
With that app.
Right.
It's just going to be, okay, all these members have signed up. Membership is closed. And now if you want it, you're going to have to pay for it.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. Increasing.
So basically we're just mining it so we can get free Pi cryptocurrency.
Yeah. So when hopefully down the line, it's worth something, even if it was worth a penny and we had, it would still be a come up. But a lot of people backed out. Like they were doing this with Bitcoin.
Right.
And they saw it like how we're seeing this right now.
Yeah.
And they were like, whatever. And then
they just stopped because they gave up on.
Yeah. And
they had no patience.
They had thousands and thousands of whatever you want to call it, shares of Bitcoin. And they saw it maybe go to $1. Right. And they were like, okay, I'm out. Cool. Right. I made $1,000, whatever it was, for nothing. And then they kept watching and they're like, oh shit, I could have made 1,000 shares times $50,000,
Yeah. Right.
Which is insane. But okay.
Yeah, I think that's like the biggest thing is like we talked about is like having patience with cryptocurrencies, having patience with stocks. I mean, you just got to have patience because especially with cryptocurrencies, it seems like you're on this roller coaster, up, down, up, down, up, down effect.
Yeah. The only one. So since I've really been watching it, the only one that I've seen, so obviously it takes dips.
Yeah.
But that is has been consistently going up, has been Bitcoin.
Right.
It consistently goes up all the time. So obviously it does dip, but whatchamacallit? But definitely over the past year, it's just been, just steadily going up. Everything always takes a dip, but it always goes back up.
Yeah, I think if it's, I like to see it's going up, over time it's doing this, that even though it's going up, down, if the general graph over however much time, the full length of the company or the cryptocurrency that is generally going up, that to me is a good sign, obviously, which Bitcoin shows that. And so does, I think even Doge, right? Even Doge, like if you look at the full length, that up, down, but in the total length, it's gone up. And I think that's what you want to.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good thing.
For sure. Let's see here, full screen. So I'm just on Google right now.
Because it's so easy for us to be like, oh, it's going down today. It's going down. Sell, sell, sell. You know, it's like,
I know.
but you don't want that mentality because you haven't given it time to increase.
Right. But if you look at
$48,000 for one share.
yeah,
You
but so
know,
that's the max.
it's
right?
like buying a car and you're like, this car is worth one Bitcoin.
Yeah. This is the
Not
max.
even a car, you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
So I saw it when it was, you see this right here? Okay,
yeah.
I'll go to 5 year, make it a little bit.
Right.
Okay. So when it was here, right?
Right.
I saw it there.
Wow.
And I was like, holy shit, this was December 2017.
Right.
But then when I started looking at it,
Took a big drop.
yeah, I was looking at it like around here.
Yeah.
You know, when it dropped from 20,000 to 6,000, and I was like, what the? I was like, I don't want this crap.
Yeah, so like in our minds, we're like, we don't want it because it dropped so low. But like
Yeah.
even you said, that's when you want to buy it when it's that low.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It didn't gain.
Took a while.
It didn't gain its momentum until 2020 again.
Right.
And then 2020, it was just like, see you later.
That's probably when like Elon Musk really like pushed it, and then other people were getting into it.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just Elon Musk.
Because I really think it's more like, okay, your friend tells you this. Okay, so then you tell your friend. That friend tells that friend. So it's like this revolving like thing that, okay, everyone's getting in on the same thing, and it spikes, helps spike, you know, whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
Like how does someone know about something if they're not told it, right? So no, I mean, you don't have to be told something. You can research on your own, but I didn't know anything about pi until you told me. So you know, my own wife won't know unless I tell her. You know, people that are not into this kind of stuff, meaning in general, are not researching it, have to be told word of mouth.
Yeah, right.
And a lot of things are done or like, you know, because of word of mouth. Like, you know, more people get involved with more things because of word of mouth. Even if it's, you know, word of mouth online, whatever.
Yeah. All right. I was just seeing how much, if you have 50 pi coins, how many Bitcoins would that be? Did it even do it?
Yeah, I see the two comparisons. It says two, they're showing two listed.
50
pi
coin to Bitcoin.
convert
Is equal to
0.00 Bitcoin.
So let's see, you'd have to have like 50, 1, 2, 3, 50,000. Let's see, 50,000.
Convert. Oh.
It's so
still not even
would
one.
it be one? Yeah,
that's
50,000.
Wow.
Anyway, but
yeah.
So I mean,
it'd definitely be cool to see pi jump. You know, at least it's cool that we're getting it for free. We're mining it for free.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, to mine it for free is amazing.
Can you mine Bitcoin for free, or does it cost money to mine Bitcoin?
Well, from what I was seeing earlier, it's becoming much more difficult to mine Bitcoin.
So mining is like basically all free, not necessarily free. Like you still need electricity, you need a computer, but the point is that Bitcoin is becoming so hard to get, so now it's harder to mine.
Yeah, and
it's almost like there's more
0.0000001 Bitcoin.
Yeah, like if you're looking at it in real life, it's almost like, okay, you see all this gold in front of you, it's easy to get it. Now the gold is getting deeper and deeper into this mountain, and you have to keep going deeper and deeper and deeper until there is no more gold, right? It's almost like you're in this mountain, and it's getting harder and harder to get to the gold because it's like further down in the earth in a way.
Yeah.
You know, giving an example to these cryptocurrencies. So, but the difference is that the person who created Bitcoin, like you said, could just say, hey, all of a sudden, like, we got, you know, 1 million more Bitcoin out of nowhere. Like,
right. I know.
And what if they do that, what would happen? Like, what will happen if that does happen?
Wait, if somebody what?
If Bitcoin, the creators are just like, oh, we have more now, so now you can mine more. You know, like we just created more, right?
Okay,
we read that.
So that would be similar to like when a
Stock
company
split?
when a stock splits their price.
Okay.
So so what would happen? So what happens with that? Like, so I had Apple when they split,
Okay.
and Apple was a lot, dude.
Yeah, I remember you telling
It
me
was a
they
lot.
split.
I forget what they split from, but basically, I think it kind of cut in half.
But
So
what's the reason why it splits? Like, what does that do?
like you said, it's to open up more shares for
Okay.
people,
Right.
and then to also make it more affordable
At a lower cost,
for
right?
the so the average person now can be like, okay, instead of spending $200, I can spend
Right.
$100 on
So
to get
basically,
one share.
Bitcoin is going to end up
I don't know.
splitting.
I don't know
I don't
if
know.
that's going
Yeah.
to happen.
Wait, didn't
So
we read that it did split 3 times? What was that I
no,
read?
no.
What was
So
that? I don't remember. I was reading something.
no, that wasn't Bitcoin. Amazon split a couple times.
I thought I was reading something. It was like the third half. It split like 3 times. Something did.
No, so what'll happen? No. It was saying like basically the further we're getting into it,
Right.
it's like you're having less. It's half. It's called
Halves. Yeah.
halving.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
halving.
That's what it was.
So the more you mine today, basically the less you're going to get every time you mine.
Right.
So
Right.
so that whoever the creator was, he made it in such a way that there would be a finite amount of Bitcoin. 21 million Bitcoins in the entire world. 21 million
And now we're down
Bitcoins.
to 2.6 million is what it said. Is what's
Yeah,
left.
but like he was saying, but like it even said in the article, like if they don't do anything with it, they said it would take approximately 120 years
So we'll
to
be dead.
mine all of
Yeah.
these Bitcoins. So in that aspect, it is kind of similar to precious metals.
Right.
Like there is only a finite amount of
True.
whatever of
Yeah.
silver.
Right.
Like,
Of everything.
and I've heard this about silver. I heard this a while ago that silver could eventually flip and become more precious than gold
Okay.
because silver is used in a lot of electronics,
Yeah.
computers,
And we're using
cell
it so
phones,
fast,
and they don't get recycled like that.
and it's cheaper to get, and we're using it such a more like a consumable rate
Yeah,
versus gold.
and they're not pulling. So when they recycle electronics, they're not pulling the silver out of it.
Right.
It's not like that. So
Right.
it's just depleting. So silver could end up being,
So if you have silver, in your possession, like Silver Eagle, basically, or just silver bars, whatever, these would be worth more because there's less on the earth,
correct.
which
Like,
is interesting.
yeah, gold is more. So obviously there are gold coins, but I mean, obviously silver, yes, can be used for jewelry, but it is a really good like conductor for electricity. I believe it's a good
Yeah.
catalyst. Um, but gold is more used for like jewelry and collectibles and that kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
not really used in electronic equipment or everyday equipment, that kind of stuff at all. So you would use silver in that aspect. But at the rate that we're going
Right.
with all of our stuff, man, you could see like silver mines depleting.
It's crazy.
And they'll be like, oh, there's not anything left. Okay,
So word to the wise, buy more precious metals, buy more silver.
Silver
and
for
gold.
sure. So,
Yeah.
well, yeah, silver's way more affordable.
Right.
Way more affordable. About $27 per ounce, and gold's
Yep.
about 1,800 at the moment.
Yeah, it's
An
crazy.
ounce. So, and it's very and the weird thing, and I've never seen this ever since I started buying precious metals 2005 or 6, and whenever the dollar went down, and whenever the market went down, silver went up, or precious metals went up.
Yeah.
But in 2020, I was seeing the total opposite happen. When the stock market went up, precious metals went up.
Yeah, that's a strange one.
When the stock market went down, precious metals went down as well. And I didn't understand what was going on, because precious metals are supposed to be that, like,
a hedge fund, a hedging.
They're supposed to be that other side of the coin.
Right. Yeah.
So it's supposed to be it's a hedge against inflation.
Yeah. Right.
So that's what it's supposed to do. but I'm like, wait, why is it?
Yeah, there has
going-
to be something with the way the government was, because of all the stimulus and all this kind of stuff with the company. I don't know. There's just so much happening in 2020 financially that
Yeah,
something was going on with everything.
it's a strange year, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that were selling their stocks, like as COVID was happening, because they were seeing it drop a lot.
Yeah, you said
You
all the
know,
stocks were dropping.
yeah, every single one.
Yeah,
There wasn't
all of them.
one, and so a lot of people were panicking and
Right.
selling,
It
and
was going to be like another depression
and
almost.
they missed out big time.
We
Unless,
actually, I mean, I guess we didn't go into a depression or recession
I
or
don't,
whatever you
I
call
think
it.
we did go into some kind of recession,
Yeah,
but
but it definitely wasn't a depression.
no, it wasn't a depression,
Yeah.
but and some states weren't as bad as other states
Yeah.
either.
Well,
So
like I
there,
said, I mean, you talked about it. I talked like it, and even some individuals have done better than other individuals. And I think
right,
it just depends on how you manage your money and how your lifestyle is. And, you have a job, you don't have a job, you have money, you don't have money, you're willing to make money. That kind of stuff is all determined on how 2020 turned out for you,
yeah,
for all of us. I
March.
mean,
Yeah, I started to get back into stocks
yeah,
during COVID.
right.
I remember I wasn't really buying or doing anything with my stocks. And then I opened it up one day and I was like, what the hell happened? I was like,
Yeah,
everything's at an all time. I
low.
think I just looked at it when the market was barely starting to go up.
So actually, that could have been the best time to buy, right? Is
That
when
was,
everything was low.
yeah,
And
I was buying Amazon at like two
and
grand.
it's hard to fathom that, like that you see everything low and you're like, sell in your mind, not your mind, but I mean in our minds, we might say sell, sell, sell because you don't want to keep losing money. But if you keep buying at such a low price, and we knew that we didn't know, but the economy went back to normal or is getting back to normal,
Yeah.
you're making all this profit, and if not even more.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that like during that time, you had to look at, because there were a lot of businesses that did go out of business.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
But then there was ones that still were doing great.
you had to, yeah. So it was like you had to see the ones that
Like
were
Amazon did
going.
probably better than they ever did,
So
honestly.
they did. I mean, their stock still dropped drastically,
Yeah,
but they still were fine. Like they
right.
still did plenty of business.
Yeah, even though the stocks went down, their company is still thriving. I mean,
Yeah.
anything that had to do with food was continuously going well. There's no chicken, I mean, everyone's buying everything at such a crazy rate. Like you can't buy toilet paper, like what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
You did that one video of like zombies in the shop, right? Like,
I was,
you know.
well, I thought it was funny because we were actually using Zoom well before,
Right.
like everybody adapted it.
Oh yeah.
Classrooms, businesses, you name it. Everybody adapted Zoom. We were
Right.
using it to record these
Beforehand.
podcasts.
Yeah.
And dude, that that stock, I think it went, I forget how much it went up, but it was insane.
Zoom has its own stock.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
yeah.
I had no idea.
They went up. They like,
I wish I knew that.
I think they went up like
Crazy.
20 times, 20 to 50 times the amount
Right.
that it was worth. Every single organization, business, you name it, individuals adopted Zoom.
Zoom, yeah. I
Like,
mean, I love Zoom. I've always enjoyed it. I use it for my own videos.
yeah.
You're the one that told me about Zoom. I had no idea about Zoom. So
I got lucky because before we started our podcast, I was interviewed with somebody through Zoom.
oh wow.
Yeah, I forget the channel's name, but he interviewed
Oh yeah, I
me.
remember that. It was a
Yeah,
financial kind of thing or stock
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah. He
do
was
remember that.
asking me about investments and so forth, and
Yeah.
so he was like, "Yeah, just accept the invite." And I'm like, "What the hell is this?" And then I checked it out, and I'm like, "Oh shit, this is pretty cool."
Yeah, I do
So
remember you doing that.
yeah,
So it's
but
crazy, man. The amount of stuff that's just changed in a year. Like, let's just say COVID didn't happen, like what has changed, what would have changed? And it could have been nothing for us, you know,
Yeah,
not nothing. Of course, there's things that happen in your life, but, you know, I think even now,
yeah.
like, you know, I think we're still in a great position right now, in general, just for everything, you know, now.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
of course, you have, you know, some physical ailments because of what happened to you, but
I'm good.
you're good now. Like you've
I
gotten
mean,
better, you know.
I have two. I'm way better. I have two
Right.
herniated discs in my neck
Yeah,
and
that sucks.
two on my lower back. So in that aspect,
Right.
yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So, I mean, fortunately, like we're
it could have
alive, we're
been way
doing
worse.
well. We're speaking to you now, this podcast after a year and 2 months, and it's cool, man. I definitely want to do some more, but like I said, we're just it's not more of like a schedule thing. It's more for us is like where we are, how we're feeling, if we're both up to it, and hopefully we can do some more of these.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I would say this one was just, I don't know if you want to call it a test run. It was just kind of like getting back into it,
yeah.
so to speak.
It's
So
just also that our schedules are different. So because I work full time, it is harder because I'm more of a night person and Paul's more on the morning side. So I'm usually going to work. So that's
yeah,
kind of for us, it's more like it's got to be on the weekend. We'll try, hopefully, we can try to do some on a weekend.
yeah.
For the,
If I mean, if we can do at
yeah.
least, you know, like I told you, like doing one in the morning
Yeah.
on Saturday or Sunday,
Yeah.
that's the best time for me. I'm more like awake and alert in the
Right.
morning, and which is not how I used to be at all. I used to be
Yeah.
a night owl big time.
Yeah. I'm still that
So
way. Still a night
yeah,
owl.
but like now I'm just like I'm fucking tired. It's nine. It's like 9 o'clock, 9:30. I'm turning off the lights, brushing my teeth, laying
I've
down.
never like I don't think I've ever really been like a morning person. I just hate waking up in the morning. For some reason it's like I never had energy to like shoot up and be like I'm awake, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah. I
I'm
mean,
not like that.
so that's what we were talking about earlier. But I don't like, so I don't rush to get up, which is
Yeah.
nice. But if
But
I
some
look,
people like
yeah,
have this natural energy like to get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning. And there's something
nope,
biological in your system that makes you either like a morning person,
yeah,
morning meaning like 4 or 6 in the morning. Like
yeah,
my mother-in-law, she gets up at 4 in the morning naturally,
right,
you
right.
know, versus us where you're waking up at a 8, 9, whatever.
Yeah, so I won't get up if I wake up and I see it's before 8. I
Yeah.
won't get up.
Yeah.
It has to be at least 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
and that's when I'll get up.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, other than that, the only updates that I have is to check out, obviously, check out my channel. Polio, it's, well, everything's in the
Same thing.
description. Yeah. YouTube.com/Polio Junior
Yeah, our
DIY.
channels are listed on the under the channels tab. If you click on channels on YouTube, it's listed, and also in the I believe the audio platforms.
Yeah, and then we'll get this out to Anchor, so it'll be on all the other podcasts platforms as well. So it's going to be interesting because I haven't uploaded anything since last December
Yeah,
2019. Jesus Christ.
been a long time, man.
And so yeah, I'll do my best there. So
Well,
yeah,
I
that's
think
all I have.
yeah, me too, man. I think it was a good podcast. It was nice to just talk about normal life. You know, maybe this is how we'll do them from now on. I don't know. We don't always have to be like, these topics. We used to do these topics, find some topics for you guys, but I think overall people enjoy the more natural talking of just life, and
Yeah, just doing
what we
candid
feel.
shit. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all good. So yeah, awesome, man. Well, I'm glad. I'm definitely glad that we did this, even if whatever,
Right.
just a test, a test podcast to get back in the groove, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, but with that, we'll wrap this up and you get home to your lovely wife and
Family.
child.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
man.
before you get spanked.
Yeah.
So
Spankings.
yep. But yeah,
Well,
that's
thanks,
it.
Paul. I mean, it
Yeah.
was fun, man. As always, love
Yeah,
you. And,
thank you.
yeah,
Yeah,
until
thank you.
next time, guys.
All
Peace.
right, later. Boop.